I teach you to start being gentle with yourself. So everyone here are people who have been working on themselves, who are meditating, who are self-reflective, self-aware, and that is so very beautiful. However, there is a pitfall, and I know this pitfall very well because I've been down there in that pitfall several times. And that pitfall is that you might think that you're never done with improving yourself. And part is true, you're never done. Also, self-gentleness, it's a lifelong process in progress. However, the fixing part, the improving part, that is something that I would like you to relax. When you become more and more self-gentle, you basically learn, you show yourself that you are okay as you are. Exactly as you are right now. And yes, there might be things on yourself that you would like to improve or that you would like to see differently. What I teach is that you first start with accepting that that is also okay. That you might not look exactly like you would like to look, or you might not have the job that you are having, or you might not like to have the relationship that you're having, and that's more the case with many people that I know or that I do deeper work with, that you sometimes find it hard to relate to yourself or to relate to yourself separate from what other people are expecting from you. Self-gentleness is not about improving yourself, about fixing yourself. It's learning to be okay where you are and to support yourself so that you will have your own back no matter what. Whatever life throws at you or whatever your inner critic throws at you, you show yourself consistently that you have your own back, that you will support yourself even when you do something wrong, even when you feel guilty, even when someone else is making you feel guilty, even when you are seeing parts of yourself that you do not like so much. It is all okay. So what I teach is that you can stop fixing yourself, and I just want you to embrace yourself as you are. And then we take it from there. And this brings me to manifest your self-gentle life. For me, manifestation is that you set an intention for yourself in such a way that your subconscious part, that is not everything that is rational and what you're thinking with your head or part of the worries and anxieties and the fears, but that you start to inherently believe that this is a possibility for you. The moment that you know how to embed that in your system, in your subconscious, your brain starts to work for you. And that's pretty amazing. I'm not a neuroscientist, I'm a behavioral scientist, but what I understand is that basically you use your brain plasticity, your ability of your brain to adapt, and the ability of your brain to understand what you want to focus on. So during the day, you're getting so much information. When you look around, the things you hear, the things you feel, and all that information is way too much for you to consciously process. What gets into your consciousness is only a fraction of all the input that you have. And by focusing your attention on the things that are basically good to you or feel good, or the things that you do want to see, you're training your brain to understand what you want to be aware of and to ignore all these other parts. So this can also work against you if you have a strong inner critic that says, I'm always doing everything wrong. Whatever I try, I fail. Let's say this is an ingrained belief that you might have gotten from your childhood or experiences. The why might be important to examine, but it's not what we do in self-gentleness. We accept now that we have a belief here and that this belief is not beneficial. Because if you have such a belief, you feel pretty bad a lot of the time. Because if you think that you're doing a lot of things wrong, or maybe everything wrong, then this colors how you see the world. So when, for instance, someone gives you a compliment, you might be having a tough time accepting that compliment or actually just hearing what they're saying to you. Well, when someone gives you a compliment, this is a fact for them. And to really get this, to receive this, to let this sink in is then, for instance, very hard. So manifestation is, in essence, priming yourself, your brain, your subconscious, to understand that you're looking for possibilities, that you're looking for things that will make you feel good, that you're looking for things that make you feel okay with yourself. And this brings me to the topic of today, manifest your self-gentle life, is that I think that the deeper work that I do with people is about exactly that. About slowly, through practices, through meditation, through talks, to start to shift those beliefs, not quickly, not big, because that would be really, really hard, but incrementally. You start to adopt that self-gentleness perspective. And that is what is all about. We could even turn it around, manifest a self-gentle life. I would say that self-gentle living a self-gentle life, will support you in manifesting a life that will feel better for you, that will feel easier, that will be filled with more things that you like, that you appreciate, that feel good to you, than when you're coming from a different perspective. So we keep it down to earth. And what I want to say by that, so for me, in the work that I do with self-gentleness, I think it's important that you understand that the things that are good and that are happening to you, that are feeling good, that are feeling like I deserve this, that those are never external. You don't have to wait for someone else or something else to let good and ease come to you. This is within your reach. It doesn't mean that bad things will not happen or difficult things will not happen. This is not what I'm saying. But those are also not saying anything about you. Bad things, when they happen in your life, they are not because you are not worthy or you're not lovable or that you deserve to be punished or whatever. Also, that is not true. So in essence, self-gentleness is also about finding, but gently, not strictly, not harshly, but gently, feeling that you have agency over how you are in your life, how you talk to yourself, how you feel about yourself. And when you support that, when you start to feel that you have your own back always, then your life starts to change, because you will see other people through a different lens. You will know when to engage with them and when not. You will see things that are happening in the world through a different lens, also understanding when you want to engage from your inner core with that, or when it's time to first take care of yourself. And especially, it helps you to listen to a way more powerful voice within than your inner critic. Because that inner critic, and I'm just calling it inner critic, and it's basically, all the thoughts that you might have about yourself when you do something wrong, or maybe when you do not even do something wrong, but out of those old beliefs, that you start to understand that that inner critic once was important to you because it helped you, or thought to help you survive. It tried to help you to fulfill all the expectations that you thought were out there, to be a good girl, to be a good boy. But now you're an adult, and actually it's in your way to be good to yourself, to be gentle with yourself. That is what I want to say about manifestation. I think self-gentleness is a really great way to start to prime your brain to look more at the things in your life that are easy, that are good, and that it is also okay sometimes to say no, or to do something differently, or to just stay a day in bed because it really feels good, instead of going after your to-do list.